Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us for the second of the IH social media webinars. So we've got a couple of great presentations today from Yolanda and Lizanne in, sorry, I'm going to go backwards, in Cape Town, and Barbara and Trish in Newcastle. And I'm Alison. I guess most of you should know me by now, with all the emails and information I send out to you. So after the last one, which was a really good opportunity, I think, for everyone to start discussing what different schools are doing on social media and sharing ideas and things, we decided to do another one of these. I will just start with very quickly with a little plug of all the IHWO social media profiles, which hopefully everybody should know by now. I just wanted to highlight that we, sort of following on from something we talked about actually at the last social media webinar, we discussed Instagram a little bit. So I've started playing around on Instagram from IHWO, so we've got an Instagram account now. So if you are on there, give us a follow and keep an eye on that. So, like I said, today we've got Cape Town talking to us about their video strategy, and the guys in Newcastle talking to us about their Facebook strategy. I will say a few words at the end just about a few tools that I've been playing around with recently, which I've been finding quite useful in terms of optimizing, streamlining social media things. So, I will now pass over to Yolanda and Lizanne in Cape Town. I'm going to hide my webcam, and Barbara, you can maybe turn yours off as well, just so it's not distracting during their presentation. There we go. So Yolanda and Lizanne, over to you. Thank you very much.
Hi guys, I'm Yolanda from IH Cape Town, the Social Students and Marketing Coordinator.
And I'm Lizanne, I'm the Social Media Intern.
Okay, yeah, so we will be chatting to you about our YouTube channels and what we do to grow our channel and to get more views and more people to more views and more likes on our YouTube. So basically, Alison, you can go on to the first slide. Oh, there you go. Okay. So basically, this is what our YouTube channel looks like when you go into the IH Cape Town one. We believe that it's very important to share, to get all the students and the teachers involved in doing the videos, because it's a fun and interactive way of getting everyone involved. And also, the more teachers and students you get involved, the more likes and views you are, then the results are much better to get more likes and more views. So before February this year, we weren't really a lot active on our YouTube channels, but from February on, we've been uploading YouTube videos once a week. And you will see we've divided all our videos into the different playlists, like you will see on the slide. So basically, it goes according to the 5 different playlist categories you can see there. On the right-hand side, you will see we have our lift up video as the main video, like just the image of that. The reason for this is because the lift up was was the most successful video that we've ever done in the history of IH Cape Town. And yeah, we think we like to brag about it, so we just put it up there, and yeah, it's the most successful one that we've had so far. And then also a very important tip for the YouTube channel is you will see on our YouTube channel we've linked our YouTube with our Facebook, our Instagram, and also our website. So whenever people go to our Facebook or to our YouTube channel, they can then see that we are also on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, and our website links. So if they want more information, they can just go and click on there and then just see what we're up to on Facebook, Instagram, and get more information about the school on our website. And yeah, let me just check. And also, the reason why we divided all the or the videos into the different playlists. It makes it much more user-friendly for the audience to use. And if they go into, for example, the social activities, then they will see there's more than one video under that specific playlist. And then it also encourages them to watch more videos instead of just one video at a time. And when we do the videos, we try to keep it short and sweet, no more than 3 minutes per video, because nowadays people don't have time to go and watch videos that's 10, 15 minutes long. We're trying to keep it as short as possible. And when we do the videos, we either use the Apple's, what is it, iMovie, or if you don't have an Apple, then you could also just use your Windows Movie Maker. It won't really make a difference about that. Okay, Lizanne?
Yeah, so Yolanda already talked about the lift up video, which is our featured video on YouTube as well. We made the video in March 2015, and the goal was kind of to capture the school's atmosphere and the team spirit, but also to reach like a lot of people. And we choose to do a lift up because we could involve the whole school, and yeah, which made it much more fun. We had 2 weeks to organize everything, which was quite short, but yeah, we planned a lot. We involved all the teachers, the staff, and actually it was a great success. We just like gave every class a part of the route, and eventually it was the whole video. Alison, can you play the video?
Yes, I'll put that on for you now. Bear with us a second. That's okay, I'll stop that for you now. And go back to your slides.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah. Yeah, so this was the teaser we made that we launched the day before to get everyone excited about the whole video. Yeah, so you can all watch the full video on YouTube. So we hope by this teaser that you're very interested and curious about what the rest looks like. We definitely reached our goal with this video, as you can see on the PowerPoint slide, with almost 3,000 views and like 11,500 people that we reached on Facebook. Yeah, the reason why we got so much views on Facebook and not on YouTube is because of our great learning point, which was the music. It was kind of hard to get. We didn't get the official rights because that's almost impossible. And YouTube like deleted the video because of the rights for the music weren't ours. So we posted it on Facebook, and then it was available on mobile and on YouTube. So now the video is on our YouTube channel, but you cannot watch it from Germany, which was like one of our target markets. So that's, yeah, a learning point for the next video. So if you want to make a look of yourself, make sure you check this. But overall, this video was very successful, and we're very happy with the results. Yeah, that was it for this slide. Yeah, besides the lift up video, we made quite a lot of other videos the last few months. We try to post on every week, as Yolanda already mentioned. And the goal of our videos is to keep it quite personal, because that's what works for us. Our most viewed video that we made so far, except for the lift up, was Life as an Intern, made by our other intern, Sebastian. He just recorded all the activities during his first month in Cape Town with a GoPro, and we edited it into a very nice video. And yeah, it was a great thing because potential students can see what they can do in the city, and it's more personal, so they won't see it that much as marketing, but really as a personal experience. The second video is Arrival in Cape Town. I also made that together with Sebastian, and we just showed like what happens if you get picked up at the airport and driving to the city and coming at school and the orientation with Yolanda. And it's just like, it's a nice video for like moving to a different country is probably scary for most people. And by having this video on your YouTube, like students can already see what they can expect, and therefore, yeah, it makes it maybe a bit easier. So that's always good. The third video is one of the leaving ceremony. We always do a leaving ceremony on Friday to give out the certificates, and we sort of made it a tradition for one of the or two of the students to do a little speech in the end to tell, like, to thank like their teachers and the friends that they made, and just to say a little about the school. And this is a great way to get testimonials in a less formal and official way, which also makes it, again, more personal, and therefore it's more attractive to the students, and it really comes off as like an honest experience. The fourth movie is made by a few teachers. They did an iMovie project at school, which is a great thing for everyone to do. Our teachers coordinator Wiebke organized this, and she just like showed the teachers how you can use iMovie in class and how to use the program. And yeah, this video was quite popular because students love to see their teachers, and the teachers love to share them with the students. And yeah, it's a great way to like encourage your teachers and your students to do more with video. The fifth one is Christina's volunteering experience. We got a student here at the school who studied here for about 2 months, and then did a volunteering project like surfing with children and helping at a kindergarten. And it was a great way for us to show like how you can combine your time in South Africa with an English course at the school and a volunteering project. This again was also very personal, which made it, yeah, more attractive, and she shared it with a lot of friends of hers as well in Switzerland, which was a great way for us to like promote the school and promote an English course here. So yeah, you can check all our videos out on the YouTube channel.
All right, so then just if you guys want to see what we've been up to, and what we get up to when it comes to videos and what type of videos we do, you can either follow us on one of these social media platforms. We always upload our videos to our Facebook page. You can also go onto the YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Instagram at IH Cape Town, and also on our Twitter page. And then also at the moment we have a photo competition running, where it works, there's 2 rounds and there's 2 iPhone 5s up for grabs. So it's open for the public, so past students, potential students, or anyone who just wants to come to Cape Town or who has been in Cape Town can post their pictures of their most wonderful experience in Cape Town, and then they need to hashtag it, hashtag IH Cape Town. They can either post it on Facebook or Instagram. And then the first round is the picture, the picture that gets the most likes, then wins an iPhone 5. And then after that round, so that is from the beginning of June until the end of June. At the end of June, then the staff chooses the most, the 20 most,
the most beautiful
pictures that we feel is
photos,
the coolest picture. Then we choose the top 20, and then from there, the public, it's then open for the public to vote, and then the person who gets the most votes then also wins the final round of the competition. And yeah, so if you guys would like to follow us, you can do that. And also, just to come into conclusion, to round up what we've said, so first of all, it's very important to get your teachers and your students involved when doing videos, because like I said before, the more people you get involved, the more people you are willing, you reach at the end of the day. And obviously it's about the amount of people you reach, the amount of views, and obviously the amount of likes. And then also, what's very important is if you research what different things is of interest to your students. For example, the different articles, different videos, different songs, music, so that you can then use that to do your videos about, because that will also in the end
help your engagement.
Help your engagement on your social platforms. Then also, one thing that everyone struggles with is to remember that YouTube, don't expect any miracles from your videos on YouTube or on Facebook. It takes time for people to get to see your videos, and it's long term. All your videos is long term. You're not gonna reach, if you reach 20,000 people within the first 2 days of your videos, that's awesome. But remember, it's going to be on your YouTube channel for a very long time. So it will, as the months and the years go by, it will get more views. And then also, like I said before, please, when you do your videos, keep it short and simple. Get as much information in there as you want to portray to the audience, but don't make it any longer than 3 minutes. And the teasers is also a very good way of like getting your audience involved, and to like get them intrigued and interested in what's to follow the next day. And that also helps them to come back to your Facebook page again to see, okay, what have they posted today? Have they posted it? Am I on there? And things like that. Yeah. So if you guys have any questions, you can just write there, and as the time goes by, we'll answer it for you.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Yolanda and Eden. That was great. If anyone has any questions they'd like to ask now, you can type them there. Marco, if you had a question, pop that in, and Eden and Yolanda can answer that for you now.
Yeah, I see a question about the GoPro. It was just one video we did with the GoPro, and the other videos we all just did with a normal camera. The laptop we just did with a quite good one, but a photo camera. So you don't need like expensive stuff to make videos. Yeah, I see. I'd like to know what you did to promote this video and get that.
We don't buy likes. No, we don't.
No, it was actually because we so many students were involved, so we just the students wanted to get the video, so we just shared it on Facebook, and then everyone just started sharing it with their own friends because they were a part of it. So that makes it quite easy to get likes, because there were like 120 people involved. So if they all share it, like, your students have great networks, so yeah.
And whenever you feel it's necessary, there's always is there a boost on YouTube? Or
No, not on YouTube.
On Facebook. So you can always go and you can boost your videos on Facebook, which can also help you.
Yeah. I would like to know. I would like to know, how do you get teachers involved? In my school, this is one of the hardest things.
It's quite hard. Not everyone is always so enthusiastic, and
what we basically did, Sebastian and I did got all the teachers together in one classroom during one of the breaks, and we had a presentation with videos and stuff so they really knew what the idea was. And if one teacher gets enthusiastic, then the others will follow. So you basically just need one person who likes the idea, and then it will work. Oh yeah.
We did both.
Yeah, the problem was we first just did the link to YouTube because we wanted people to go to our YouTube channel, but then the YouTube channel, the video wasn't available on mobile phones and not in Germany, so that was kind of a problem. So we just uploaded it then on Facebook and linked and like promoted the YouTube as well. But eventually we posted it on Facebook, but it's still on our YouTube as well.
What type of pictures do you post on Instagram? Well, kind of anything that we can get. We quite like it when students tag us in their pictures. But mainly it's pictures about Cape Town, about activities that you can do. If, for example, one of us went paragliding or skydiving or just went for a hike up the mountain, then we post pictures like that. But yeah, it's mainly about Cape Town as a destination. And when there's leaving ceremonies every Friday or anything, birthday, anything like that, staff, student related, we basically post anything.
Yeah, we've got Sabina, she's doing the Instagram, and she also has like a few very big Instagram accounts that are just all about Cape Town. So sometimes she just reposts them, and then like you can try to interact with like influencers, with people with a lot of followers, and then you will grow your following base. And very important for Instagram is to use hashtags if you want to have more people.
And always when you use someone else's picture, just say that it's, just mention that it's that person's picture and not your own, because
that it's a repost.
Sometimes people can get quite big problems can cause.
And people are quite happy if you repost their Instagram photos and just mention them, because it means like they get more attention, because people will probably go from our account to their account. So that's a good thing to do.
Great. Thank you guys for the questions and that really useful session. We'll move on to Barbara in Newcastle now, just so we don't go too far over time. So I'll just get the next slide up. Yolanda, thank you. You can turn off your webcam and your camera and your microphone if you'd like. And Barbara, do you want to please share your webcam and turn yourself back on? And over to you. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi,
I have Trisha waving mumbles here. I'm Barbara. I've got Trisha next to me.
Hi.
I've worked as a marketing and promotions assistant for about 3 years here in Newcastle. We've focused a lot on social media in the last 2 to 3 years. And we've got about just over 23,000 likes on Facebook so far. So I'm just going to run through a few of the slides and show some of the techniques and things that we do often on especially the Facebook page, but on all the social medias. The 3 most popular ones for us are Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We make sure that all the handles, so our usernames on the profiles, are always the same and they're kept short. And same like Yolanda and Luzanne said about the hashtags, we always use hashtag IHNewcastle and hashtag I love Newcastle. And that's kind of developed a pattern where students see us posting it with the hashtag IHNewcastle, and they post more as well, so it brings a bigger audience to our Facebook page and our Instagram page and the students one as well. We always keep on top of the basics on all our social media, so we make sure that all our profiles filled in, we've got all the relevant information. So if any opening time, telephone numbers, anything changes, the students actually have access to the latest information on there as well. We are a bit famous about our photos at IH Newcastle. And we do post quite a bit, so we try to keep them as organized as possible, because if you post an event's activity photos just on the timeline, it gets lost in the album, and it comes to a week or 2 and students can't find the pictures for that event. So we always create a new album and name the event properly. So I'll give you an example here. So on the first one, you see, if we were to name all the albums as IH Newcastle Social Program, because we have a few hundred albums, it's hard for students to actually recognize what event that album's for. So we do more like the second one where we name the event and put the date. So when they're scrolling through, if a student's reminiscing from the time they were here, they can find the pictures easily. We also try to select the pictures because, like I said, we do take a few hundred at a time. So we make sure, I'll give you some examples of mistakes that we've posted before, and we try to select them. So if the picture's too dark, you can get some free apps for your iPad, or you can download some free trials for the computer and brighten the image a bit. You have some blurry images, that's from one of our leaving ceremonies. Unflattering pictures of students, they don't really appreciate that, so it's good to keep an eye. And also, if you spot the difference, so if you post a lot of pictures similar, it's not creating good content, so you've got to be a bit selective with what you're posting. One thing that grew a lot for us in the last year was our messages on the Facebook page. We have Zoe and myself checking it daily, and we have little email reminders because we can get a bit lost with all the workload. But it's become a second info app for us because we get a lot of inquiries for students wanting to study. If students are poorly, they'll send us a message on Facebook to let the teacher know. Any inquiries like what time they're meeting for the social program the next day. So it's a good and easy way to keep in touch. And downloading the page application on our phones has made it easier to keep up to date 24/7 in a way as well. Facebook has created quite a lot of features to help administrate the pages, and we've selected a few to show which we use the most. You see the first one, you can see just under the photo how many people that picture's reached. So you can compare it to how many likes or comments you get. It's not going to be exactly proportional, but if you see a picture getting 1,000 reaches and you've barely got any likes, you can kind of tell that the content's not as relevant or interesting to your fan base. The second one, post to page, it's just on the left-hand side of your admin page, and that's whenever someone puts a status or a picture and tags International House Newcastle. Most of ours is when students are leaving. They'll say thank you International House Newcastle, etc. And we make sure we interact with the students because they've taken the time out to say something. So we'll always comment and like and interact more with the students that way. The reviews work the same, so the students are taking time out to actually review the page, and they can rate it out of 5 stars and leave a feedback if they want. So again, we always share the reviews and thank them for it. We do put quite a few of the feedbacks all together and post it as one and tag all the students that did comment just to thank them again, and that engages the students a bit more. They feel a bit more appreciated for having taken the time out to review us. A few other things that are on the features, so it's available to all the admins of the page, are the insights. And it does look a bit daunting at first, but once you get to understand it, it becomes easier to target your actual audience. So that's the first, if you see on the top, you've got insights, and that's the overview tab. So you've got 23,577 likes on the whole page. But if you see on the engagement, we have 1,265 people that actually engage with us. So it's quite a big difference, but the more we look at the stats, the more people are becoming engaged with the page. So you can break it down as people and your top fans. You can see the genders, the age range, the countries. So you can always target, for example, a country, let's say Thailand, you think you have more students from Thailand that are actually active on the page. You can do a competition where they can share an image, so more Thai Facebook users will see that and will start following the page. You can break it down even more. if you go onto the people that are engaged and see who's actively commenting and liking and sharing your posts, and that will give you a more of an insight of what content to keep updated on your page. We do work around kind of a routine. It's not set in stone, but it's something I think that's kind of programmed in all the Facebook admins from the page. So students have a sense of what they're getting. They know that on Monday, probably around lunchtime, they're going to get the social program and the newsletter posted on the Facebook page, so they know what's happening that week. Tuesdays, you're always going to have the welcome party pictures. We post some events, any promotions that's happening that week. And Fridays, you've always got the leaving ceremonies. So every day of the week, we kind of have an idea of what is going to be posted, but we don't leave it set in stone because every week could be different. We could have a different competition running and could have a different event. So it's something to work around. We do mix it up. So we will put, this is a program we ran for a couple of months where we asked students to send in their stories, and it was proven quite popular. The competition we did with IH Cape Town as well, and nationality mix. So that's a few examples of things that we do to mix up the page and get more students and more prospect students following us. We've done quite a few separate groups to target each audience. So if they're prospect students, they can speak in their own language and ask questions from old students. And when we have a promotion either for the Far East or for the Latin students, we can post directly onto that group and just target the actual audience we want. Lastly, we've got how and what we post. So we always try to keep the content relevant. I think most people understand that IH Newcastle's social media is very social. So you're going to see the pictures from the social program. We always try to get the students engaged more. So we're always thinking about our fan base. Majority of our students and followers are in the 20s to 30s. So we know what to target for them. We try to not overpost too much. We keep it regular and consistent. So like I said, Monday afternoons, Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, I think are the biggest days for us. We always stick to an image or a brand. So whenever we're posting a competition or something, not only do we use IHWO branding so we have that image, but we keep it quite consistent throughout the board. And we do promote a lot in the school. So on their induction day, they get told about their social media and all the social program activities. We tell them when the pictures are going to be posted. And throughout the whole school, throughout the whole stay, we do promote quite a lot, all the social media. And that gets intensified again on our weekly newsletter. We email all the students, and we could send the links to the links and the posts that we want to promote more that week. That's about it. I kept it quite short, but if anyone has any questions.
Thanks, Barbara. That was awesome. I think we've got a couple of questions coming through. So let's just see what.
I think I kept it under the 10 minutes, a bit too quick.
No, that's fantastic. Multiple attendees are typing, so let's see what a few questions coming up.
I tried to cover because there's a lot of features on the Facebook page that if you don't search for it, you don't know what to do with it, just like the overview and the stats of who's your fan base. So hopefully it's useful. To get 25,000, it has been going up quite a lot. I think with the marketing representatives that we have, so Marie and Virginia in South America, they do help a lot because they're always pushing in student fairs. There's been a few posts that we have boosted as well, like Yolanda and Lizanne said. So competitions like the one we had with Cape Town, that was boosted, so more people follow. we have seen a difference since we started using hashtags as well. Yeah, we've done some advertising before. Overposting, it's a hard question to answer. It's basically, you want to keep it relevant, so you don't want to post every single thing you see about your city or about the school. You want it to be consistent, so varied, yeah. So you don't want to post 20 times in 1 hour or even 20 times in a day. You can space it out through the day, so one post in the morning, one in the afternoon or evening. Hi, Olga. I think we've answered that. We have done some advertising before, but we've always kept it more to post boost.
Let's see if there's another question from Gloria, and then we'll wrap up. Oh, say thanks.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much, Papa. Thank you.
Okay.
Very useful.
Thank you.
Cheers. All right. I'll bring myself back, and I will bring my slide. Cool. Thank you to the guys in Cape Town and Newcastle for that really useful information. I'm just going to go briefly through a few ideas. We won't go over time. I wanted to share a couple of things that I've been using recently, the tools that can help you optimize your social media activities. So some of this is actually going to reiterate a little bit on what the other guys have said as well. So the first idea is to have some sort of a content calendar. So like Barbara showed you, their schedule that they use, because it is important to post consistently. And as she said, the visual posts work best, so video, which we talked about, and images. So the point of a content calendar is that it can help you plan ahead and visualize the type of content that you've got to share, and also helps you see where you might have gaps to fill. Also, it helps you take into account any special events that are coming up, so perhaps a school anniversary. We always do something for World Teachers Day. There are lots of other sort of random events that pop up. There's World Hello Day and other World Book Day and things. So if you've got a sort of a monthly or weekly calendar set up, then that is something that can help you remind you that those events are there, and those are things that can provide content for you. And they've just at the bottom of the slide, that's a very basic example of the type of content that you could be using, not set in stone, obviously, as Barbara said. And doesn't necessarily, if you don't have a lot of time to put into social media, it doesn't have to be every day. You could spread that over a month. But there's a few ideas there. So sharing student testimonials and works. A few schools already do the phrase of the day, word of the week, things like that. Remember that we, well, I at IHWO, am trying to share things as often as possible. So look to our page as well, and you can always just share out things that we've already put up there. And also remember that there is the shared content calendar in place, and the idea behind that was all the schools out there who might have special events or things that they want us to share. You can follow the link that's on the slide, and I'll share that out again as well. And you can pop in anything directly into the calendar file on there, and then I'll know that it's happening ahead of time, and I'll know to plan to post about it and to look out for it and share those things for you. The other thing that was mentioned earlier as well is boosting your posts, because there is a small amount of your posts are actually seen organically by your followers. And boosting is something with even just a small amount of budget can make quite a difference. So I just wanted to show the example of, the School of the Week that we have. So I boost those weekly, and you can target them very specifically. So this is an example from the IH Bangkok. I set that up just for a £5 budget to boost over the week. And targeted it specifically in Thailand and got some great reach, over 600 likes and lots of reach there. So it is worth putting a small amount of budget into boosting to try and increase that reach. Other thing are these third-party sort of social media platforms. There are lots of them out there that exist to help companies streamline their social media activity. But you do have to think about what they actually offer and whether it's worth using them, and that does depend individually on your activities. So you could ask yourself these questions. Are you using multiple social media channels? So you're on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and LinkedIn, etc., and YouTube. Are you analysing the activity? Are you using, like Barbara showed, the things showing the reach and the type of audience that your social media profiles have? If you're running campaigns and contests, and are you using social media to provide customer service and to engage with your customers? So if you are thinking yes to some of those things, it might be worth considering using an extra platform to help you manage all your social media. These sorts of platforms, they do different things, and different ones sort of can offer combinations of different things. So there's social listening, so that's analysing your social content, analysing data, and then using that information to help you plan your activity and to see what's working and whether you should keep doing it or perhaps try something different. Social reach, things that help you create new content and help you reach new audiences. And oh, Nia's just told me that I actually didn't start sharing my video, so sorry about that, guys. There it goes. Hopefully everybody could hear me anyway. Social, where was I? I've lost my train of thought. Going onto social depth, that tools that work directly with your website to help you build social content into your website. And social relationship are tools that help you, if you've got perhaps several people working across your social medias, they can help with community management, and they help you engage with audiences. So there are lots and lots and lots of these types of tools out there. This is just a selection of them. Don't know if there are any that you recognise. I just wanted to ask a question actually. If you want to type in the chat box there, are any of you actually using social media and these sorts of tools already? You just, if you are, maybe say what it is that you're using. Hootsuite. I'm going to talk about Hootsuite in a minute. Because there are so many out there, it is worth having a look into them, and most of them do offer a free trial, so you can have a little try out and see if you like how it works and if you are going to find it useful. And then some you can keep using for free, and then others they might charge a little bit if they're going to provide in-depth analytics or things like that. Twitterific. I don't know that one. Yeah, Hootsuite. Speaking of Hootsuite, I'll actually move on because that was one I wanted to mention, because that's one that I'm using. I've tried a few different ones, and Hootsuite I've found to be one of the most user-friendly and one of the most useful, because it does offer lots of different features. So when you use Hootsuite, you can schedule your posts across different profiles. So you can have content that you know that you want to send out on a Sunday afternoon, for example, for something that's maybe starting on Monday. So you can have that to set up just to post for you over the weekend, so you don't need to think about it. During the weekend, you can have that planned ahead. It lets you keep track of all your posts that are going onto your page, and also the activity coming from your fans. So that's really useful for keeping track of what's going on your page. They've added a new thing relatively recently that actually suggests content for you to use. So you can plug in the type of content you're interested in, and actually there's a published feed which suggests different articles and different things that you might be interested in sharing. Another useful thing is that you can search for mentions of your brand or keywords that you might use in your posts. So that you could perhaps, one of the ones that I use is ELT or learn a language, those sorts of things. You can search across lots of different social media channels, see where they're being mentioned, see the type of content that's being shared, so that can give you some inspiration for the type of content that you might like to share yourself. It might help you realize that somebody has mentioned your school or the brand, and you might realize there's a conversation there that you can engage with. So that's a really useful one. And probably the most useful thing actually that came out of Hootsuite for me is the browser extension called Hootlet. So on the little picture there, the little mini owl, he's circled in red. That's something that you can just for free pop onto your browser, and when you're looking through the internet and you come across some nice content, you can just click on that little icon and it pops up a window that allows you to share that directly either onto your Twitter, onto your Facebook, or onto your other profiles. So it's just really quick and easy. You don't have to remember what the URL was and find it later. It's just directly from there. You can post it straight away. You can schedule it to post later. So I'd say that's probably the most useful thing that I found from Hootlet. Another one which I've discovered quite recently, Feedly. So this is about content collection and curation. So this allows you to collect content from all over the internet. You can give the theme, group it into the theme that you're interested in, and then you can identify different types of websites that you're interested in using or interested in the content that they share. And then once you've set that up, you can just browse everything quickly in one place. And it allows you to find lots of interesting articles and stories that might be worth sharing with your audience or keeping aside for yourself for later. But it is a really good one. I've got a screenshot there. So I've got one for social media. So I'm always looking at what's going on, what's the latest thing in social media, and what's perhaps the newest tool, like these ones that we're talking about. So it's really useful to find everything in one place and be able to look through it all quickly and conveniently. So I'll just go back. If there are any questions about that kind of stuff, those are the tools that I've been using recently that I thought would be interesting to share with you guys. If you've got any questions about how to use any of them more specifically, you can always send me an email, and I'm happy to share. I'm obviously still learning as well. We all are. We keep learning as we go along, and things do change quickly in the whole social media world. So there's always new stuff coming along. So that's the end of that section. While I had everybody still here, I just wanted to take a few minutes to do a little brainstorm with you all, seeing as you're all social media minds as well, because we are going to do a social media summer school campaign. I know that not everyone here is perhaps from a summer school, but what I wanted to do, and let me see if this works because I haven't used this feature before, but I've got a little poll that I would like you to answer for me. That should be popping up on your screen now. And I wanted to ask you guys your opinion on the type of campaign that we might run. We thought about doing a video contest, day in the life. Can I just check that everybody can see the poll? Oh yeah, people are voting. Could we take inspiration from the lip dub that Cape Town did and perhaps do a lip dub or a dance performance? Or what about a photo contest? So I wanted to ask your guys' opinions. Oh, neck and neck. Photo contest. Is coming in. Perhaps you could also maybe type in the chat box there as well if you think one more over another. I think more people are sort of voting about the photo contest. Why do you prefer the idea of a photo contest? Is that because you think it's easier to run perhaps than a video contest? Is that easier for students to use? Maybe? Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Get more people involved. Although the video is, does tend to get more shares and more responses. Yeah, that's right, Emma. Both these video ideas here I had in mind were to be for a group, for a class to do together. Permits from the parents, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Photos are easier to incorporate into lessons, that's a fair point. I think students are more comfortable creating photos and videos. Okay. Okay, great. Cool. Thank you very much, everyone. That's going to help me plan things out for the next. I think everybody who wanted to vote voted. I'm going to end now. Thank you. And like that. Cool. And while I've got you here as well, one sort of last plug for asking for your help, because we do try and share content that the rest of the network can share. I need new School of the Week profiles, please. I've actually run out, and it's a great campaign that I'd really like to keep going. So if your school hasn't been School of the Week yet, please fill in the School of the Week template, drop me a line and ask me if one else send it for you happily. And the other thing is our Ask IH Teacher Tips videos that we started a few months back. They've proved really popular, and I am running to the end of the first lot that I've got of those. So if you have teachers at your school that you think might be willing to just do a very quick 2-minute clip, just be filmed giving a simple tip about their tips for students, please do ask them and drop me a line and let me know that you've got some that we can use, and I'll put them in the branded template and share them out. We also acknowledge obviously the school that sent it through, so it's a really nice way of getting a little bit more visibility for your school. Yes, Milan, I've noticed your IELTS tip videos and the My Favourite Words as well that you're doing on the Friday too, so they're doing some really nice video stuff as well. Thank you. That is it, guys. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming and taking part. Thank you, Cape Town and Newcastle, for presenting. Hope that was useful for you. And we'll hopefully run another one of these perhaps after the summer. So if you're a school that you've got some ideas that you'd like to share, if you'd like to do a quick presentation next time, again, get involved, let me know. Right, thank you very much.